Hi everyone, good morning from Canada and good evening probably in Indonesia and in Iran. It's Gaida here and I will be the moderator today for today's Instagram Live. I'm so happy to have it here and we're gonna have special guest Yegane, which is she's from Iran and she's badminton player and she's also international English tutor, so which is interesting. I think it's aligned with Baddy Academy goals that we're gonna have to encourage athletes, maybe around the world, hopefully, to speak English fluently. And we're gonna share a lot of thoughts with her. So yes, we're gonna have her to discuss. We're gonna have fun discussion in English for sure. So yes, I'm gonna check if she's already here. Wait, you. Okay. Okay, I think she's already here. So let's just invite her to have discussion with us. One second. How I invite? Okay, maybe admin from Betty, can you invite Yugane? Okay, that's right. Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, it's totally clear.
Okay, that's good. It's good to see you. Finally, we will have Instagram Live in here. What time is it in Iran again? Can you share to the viewers?
Sorry, your voice is gone for a second. I
Okay.
didn't get you.
What? Okay, so right now I'm in Canada basically, and it's my background is all snowing, and it's like 8:50
Oh,
a.m. in the morning. Yes,
oh,
like yesterday
yeah.
there is snowstorm. There is like almost 27 centimeter. Yeah. So what time now in Iran?
Here is 5:20 p.m. and the weather is so cold and freezing, but we have no snow yet. But it's
Okay, so
cold,
it's
totally.
winter also. It's
Yeah,
winter. It's winter
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so again, I would like to also say thank you that you want to spend time with us, Baddy Academy, and then you want to share your journey as a badminton player, but also English tutor. I think it's interesting that I found you. I think it's aligned with Baddy Academy, and I think it's gonna be fun discussion today. So, are you ready to share your journey to the all listeners out there?
Yes, I'm willing to share.
Okay. All right. So maybe for starter, can you introduce yourself? Yeah.
Yes. Hello, guys, again. I'm Yegane and I live in Iran. And I have a Bachelor of English Language and Literature. And I've been learning English about 14 years, 50 approximately. And I've been playing badminton for 12 years and since I was 9. And I'm really happy to be here and help you.
Nice. Okay. So I'm just gonna put the title so everyone know what we are talking about. Love for badminton and passion for English. That's our title today. Okay. Yeah. Let me pin. Yeah. If the admin can pin my comment in here, maybe it's gonna be great. Okay. All right. So for the starter, okay, that's good. How is your journey in badminton, and how is English has played a role in your career? Yeah, so far.
My journey was totally different from the
Okay.
age that English. I was 7 years old, and my mom
Mm-hmm.
registered to English Language Institute. And the time that I spent and started the badminton journey, I was 9 years old. So, in a nutshell, we can say I started my English language journey before my badminton journey. And so I played badminton in all Iran rankings, and till I'm 22, I still play badminton professionally. But at the age of 9 that I started till 15, I wasn't professional badminton player. I was just playing for fun and as an amateur. But after 15 till now, I'm playing as professional and attending to Iranian tournaments. And for
Okay.
my English language, that I started from 7 years old. I changed a lot of institutes. I learned from a lot of teachers and tutors. I studied a lot of books. And when the age 18 came, I started to choose my major as English language and literature. So my journey was completely for English language. So yeah, my
Mhm.
passion is English. Let's
Okay.
say that like that.
I see.
Yeah.
So, so at first you were studying English first, actually, like you were
Yes.
studying English like earlier than badminton, and then throughout your career, you are interested in become an athlete, more serious. How do you see? Why is it badminton? If I would, if I want to know.
When I was 9 or now.
Okay, no, I mean, how is badminton make you interested to pursue like further in badminton career?
To be honest, before I started playing badminton, I was athlete, but in another, I did karate. And then I changed my major to badminton. And
Oh,
after that change, it was accidentally.
I see.
And
Okay, interesting.
yeah, and I was in love with racket, something new and new environment. So I started to play as fun, just playing for
Mhm.
fun, training for
Mhm.
fun. That my coach introduced me to competitions which was held in the Tehran city, and there I attended, and I
Mhm.
gained my first medal
Mhm.
in my first competition as a second
Mhm.
place in singles. And then I started to follow that passion more professionally, and now I'm still in love with badminton, but I
Mhm.
can't say which one really between English and badminton. They are kind of the same to me.
Okay, all right. So now you make it work together. Uh, I mean, you're still young enough, to pursue your badminton career. But then on the other side, um, you already graduated from English bachelor, right?
Right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. So I think it's make the. I hope that the other athletes also understand and can see their eyes to how is it English open their journey to the future, especially your badminton. So that's why it is interesting for me to have you with us and discussing about this topic. All right. So the next one, do you think why is it English is important, and especially in badminton from
Yeah.
your experience?
English is something, it is important to all cases. If you're athlete or not, it doesn't make any differences. But if you're an athlete, especially in your professional career, you have
Mm-hmm.
to be so professional, even in tactics, techniques, badminton, and also beside badminton, you have to have the communication skill in the national or
Mm-hmm.
international. So beside having the communication skill, you have to know English well. So
Yeah.
only have a tactic that, good at the badminton is not enough. But if you're
Yeah.
attending to national or national tournaments, you have to know English. So that's to compete and have to
Mm-hmm.
communicate. So in order
Mm-hmm.
to communicate with teammates, with your coaches, I know even interview with your fans maybe in higher levels, you have to know English. Even Victor Axelsen, he knows Danish as his
Yeah.
mother tongue. He knows English
Mm-hmm.
well. He can speak English well and fluently. And
Mm-hmm.
other one, which he also know Chinese. He can speak
Yeah.
Chinese, write Chinese.
Yeah.
So as a role model, I have example of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's also, and especially I think the Chinese community is really big, and even in Canada, I think almost 90% of my players is Chinese, and but it's I couldn't had a time to learn Mandarin. I mean, actually, when I was young, like we had some Mandarin class before, but then it didn't go for a long time because I feel like um, it's like provided by the club, the German badminton club. There is English and Mandarin, but then
Yeah.
because we always travel all the time, so then it didn't work for a long time. So then in the end, I only hired an English teacher, a private teacher for study English. But then I stopped the Mandarin. But then coming here, all my players is Chinese. I just speak a little bit. Can you speak Mandarin or like did you know anything about Mandarin?
No, I know nothing about it. I have no.
Okay. But less the English is the starter. Yeah, it's the important part. Okay. You think what is the biggest challenges for a non-English native? Like we are not native, right? And then we're learning English. What is the challenges as an athlete or like as a coach probably that they are going abroad, they're facing, how they can overcome these challenges?
Let's first say the challenges that we'll face. First one, they will see the culture challenges. In
Mm-hmm.
competition, league or in team. If you
Yeah.
cannot express how you feel and you cannot express the cultural things about your own country, you will feel isolated and alone. So this will have a
Mm-hmm.
high impact on your, self-conscious, on your anxiety and these things and mental problems in playing. So at first we can example this challenge, and the second one it will be the communication boundaries, because as long as you play as a professional athlete, the communication interaction is so important. If you cannot interact, it's something that you're being also again isolated and alone. you know you cannot actually, if you've been in international tournaments that actually I experienced 3 months ago, the referee speaks English, your coach speaks English, your fans speaks English. If you want to interact with other team, with other players in other nationalities, you have to speak English, like you
Mm-hmm.
do, like that you don't know about Chinese, so you have to interact with them with English. So it's something that impacts even on your performance, your mental performance. But the thing that I will actually give a hint to my players is you have to speak English more, be in that environment more, and challenge yourself. If you be more isolated and you think the English is self-study, no, it's not self-study, because the thing is so much important for athletes is their speaking. So if you want to
Mm-hmm.
get the speaking, you have to be in the environment. So
Mm-hmm.
environment doesn't have any self-study. So you have to be
Mm-hmm.
that in the position, okay? And the other thing that I do is work on in single tasks. For example, if a player have the problem with pronunciation, he or she have to work on pronunciation properly, because it will have some problems, misunderstandings, and kind of that. And
Yeah.
even some athletes, they're only good at speaking, they cannot write, they cannot read. So, it'd be kind of weird. And you have to just focus on all the tasks beside badminton to have your professional career.
Mm-hmm. I see. So actually get out from the environment or the culture to get used to it, right? Like so we have to get out from the comfort zone. And I think that's true. Like we need someone, a partner to motivate us to learn English, right? Like if we always we if I like in Indonesia and there is my other Indonesian friend and we are talking English and we just like why you speak English? Let's just speak Indonesian. So it's never gonna work, right? So then
Right.
if we have a tutor, let's say, or like speaking partner that maybe like native friends, foreigner players, it's actually pushing us to speak English. So I think it's really matter that as you said, if we self study, it's struggling a lot, right? So we need to have someone that in the support for us to learning English. Okay.
Yeah, even in teaching methods, we have another teaching method in English. We used to say, learn from your teammates or learn from your friends. So if you learn
Mm,
from other person beside your instructor, you will learn much better. You will
mm-hmm.
learn more. I
Yeah.
wasn't good at school, so I used to ask my friends to teach me. I
Yeah.
I actually learned better than my teacher
Yeah.
used to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. The next one is, do you think what is the simple ways as an athlete can improve their English while balancing the training and the competition? You know, sometimes um, we training a lot, and then there is competition. Our focus over there, but then in the other side, we also have to prepare. Um, the life after, let's say this is for our future, right? So to prepare. So yeah, do you have any tips for that?
Yeah. The method that I can tell you is you have your badminton, right, in a higher
Mm-hmm.
level. You have to have your language in the same level. While you're learning English and learning badminton, let's combine these two things together, which means let's use English while playing badminton. For example, how? You're in a court, you're on a court and playing, so yeah, let's use shots in English. For example, let's actually use the stuff in English, talk with coach in English. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you put English in your environment, you will be more motivated to use it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Using in English, yeah, using drills in English, using your red training and writing your training program in English.
Mm-hmm.
Just interwoven these two things together can be so helpful for athletes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it has to be forcing from the artist also, but I guess since um, from my side, I'm a coach also in here, right? And so I encourage to communicate with my students in Baddy Academy that even let's say out of class, we always trying to speak English, so they get used to it. You know how to respond, how is in the text. So it's gonna help them to even improve even faster, not only in the class but outside the class too. Okay, so
Yeah.
the next one is, have you ever faced a situation that where English help you in the maybe in your match, in the tournament, or like yeah, networking opportunity? What kind of positive impact that you get while you able to speak the global language?
Yeah. As I mentioned in just previous questions, I've been in Oman 3 months ago and
Mm-hmm.
with my team, and they wanted to order food.
Good.
And they couldn't, yeah, food. They ordered the food. They couldn't even speak with the taxi. They couldn't order and they couldn't receive the bill. So they wanted to just order, take a taxi, and pay the bill because that I was the only know who knows English.
Yeah.
And we can eat the Indian food just before our match, which is so spicy. So we should order another food for
Mm-hmm.
Iranian team. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a challenge, not for me, obviously. It was a challenge for them. If you know English, you just set your boundaries, set your goals for your own. And when I went
Mm-hmm.
on court, I could understand what the referee is saying. And actually, one of the referees just said the shuttle was in, which the shuttle was out. And I was talking with the referee so friendly. And I said, okay, just bring George here. I'm sure it
Okay.
was out. So English is so much in these cases, you
Mm.
know?
To make it communicate very clear, right? And there's sometimes there
Yeah.
is always misunderstanding, and then let's
Or
say
under,
if this,
you're
sorry,
so under pressure. You are
oh,
so under pressure on court. So you have to
yeah,
just evaluate the things together. So
mm-hmm.
while you can perform better, you have to speak better to not to have a misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes it's struggle when like as you said, like you had experience, and then it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, and then when you're able to speak out loud in English, it's made the
Yeah,
communication better. Yeah, okay. And I
and
think the other,
persuade, and I
sorry.
also persuade the was out.
So did you get the point? Did you get the points?
Yeah, at him so
Okay,
easily.
okay. Like before we continue, I just want to say hi to all the viewers. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining and watching us. So we are talking about English discussion about love for badminton and passion for English. And yes, our conversation in hoping that encourage everyone to speak English better and fluently. And I saw there is some comment, but it's in Persian. I don't understand. Do you know what does this mean? I just know salam. What does it say?
He wrote, "I wish you always shine."
Ah, okay. Thank you for Layli. Thank you. That's nice. And we have a Risky.coach. Wow. Okay. I think I know him. Hello, Mas Risky. And we also have Aditya Wibawa. Okay. Your English survey I have read from Indonesia. How did you manage your time to learn English? Okay, so we have question that we're gonna answer it in the end of the session. So we're gonna keep your question, Adia Wibawa. I think this is my junior. I think I know him. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Okay, we're gonna come back to discussion first. And yeah, what is now as an athlete, and what is the common mistakes that athletes make when they're trying to speak English, and how can they improve? As I don't know, maybe you're teaching in Iran and is your athlete. So what is the struggle as for them to learn English? Yeah, maybe I'm gonna share mine also, but let's hear from you.
Yeah, there is an expression that we actually teachers have. We call it as a fake friends. You know, it doesn't mean that our friends are fake. It's an expression, which means
Okay.
the words that are same in two languages, but in dictation and also pronunciation, but they have a different meaning. You know, for example, the word actual in English means real, but in Spanish means current.
Oh.
So some athletes mix them up, the mother tongue and the L1 L2 language. So there is one mistake that they usually make. The second mistake is their pronunciation and their intonation, because they don't know and actually ask the question with the rising intonation, and how they can answer the question with falling intonation. So the whole meaning of the sentence will change completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
By just the intonations. The third one, which is a really common one, is choosing the words wrongly. If they want to actually express how they really feel, they have to choose words so accurate, and you just find the word which is not related to the sentence. So they create the misunderstanding. And also as a fourth, which is the last, we can say the verbs. They're not good at verbs.
Verbs.
Sentences. And actually, if you're taught with mistakes, we will understand that what they actually mean. Are they talking about past, the thing which has happened, or the thing is future? Yeah, you know. So
the grammar
tricky
part,
things.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that they have consideration is they have to watch more movies and series, hear a lot of vocabularies, watching videos. Even you can just watch interview videos, badminton interview videos. You know, it can help much. And just read a lot, write a lot, and work on their tasks that I told you.
Okay. All right. So, well, I think we have the similar problem actually, but there is two that I might to point it out. Is the first the accent. Yeah? I think each country has, because in Indonesia we divide become 33 province. Yeah, and then each of region has their own village language. So they have their own accent actually. We have the national language is Bahasa, but then the other part, let's say if I'm from Bandung or from West Java, then I'm gonna have some certain accent. But if I go to the other province, other city, let's say East Java, it's gonna be different accent again. So sometimes it's the habit from the individual itself to talk in English with the accent. But I think as long we understand it clearly, I think it doesn't matter. Like some of my friend, maybe they still have certain accent, but their English, it's okay, it's good, but the accent still like really Indonesian or something like that. As long they speak clearly, it's the native is understand, they understand, you know. And then the other part,
Yeah.
the grammar, yes. Like I think they more, like a lot of my students, they understand what we said, but they don't know how
Yeah.
to respond. They don't know how to put, you know, the sentence, how is it, something like that. So yeah, they are lack of vocabulary.
Yeah.
So that's why,
Lack
like
of,
I just said, you need, yeah, you need to write a lot, read a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you sing English, by the way? Because I used to sing in English a song to help me have a better pronunciation in English language. Have you
You
ever
know,
sing a song?
no, I haven't. My voice is not that good.
You don't need to have to be the singer. It's okay. But I used to sing a song with the English song, so I feel like when I hear it, it just helped me to pronounce better in English. I think, yeah. So sometimes that what I told my students to okay, you can try sing a song, like you have your favorite English song, so you just can, you know, sing it. Yeah. Okay. So last one before we go to the Q&A. Last one is, I think you already gave, but maybe just advice to young athletes. They want to compete internationally, but still struggle with English. Like I mean, um, they already professional athletes. They always going abroad for a tournament, but they still struggle in English. So what they need to do, you know? Yeah.
You
In the
know,
meantime.
most of the people say English language is a terrifying thing. They think they have to be scared of that they can't be in that position, never can be fluent in. First, we have to change our mindset about English language.
Hmm.
If you cannot mindset, you cannot improve your English.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you that position, okay, I can learn it, so I have to just work on it. Like
Yeah.
badminton, at first, you couldn't even, have a shot. You
Hmm.
couldn't even. So as the time passes, you learned English as a professional. So
Yeah.
now English is exactly that. You have to work on it step by step. If you're
Hmm.
not good at something, there is a lack of practice in it. You have to practice in it. And there is a lot of ways to have to practice in it. If there is a speaking, you have to be in environment. Okay,
Hmm.
speak a lot. Vocabulary, learn vocabulary and examples. So learn vocabularies with examples. Memorize them, use them. If you learn the vocabulary without any usage, so that will be a junk. You will
Hmm.
forget it and passes.
Hmm.
But as a hint that I can give to the athletes, see English as a fun thing. Never take it so serious. Do it for love.
Hmm.
If you're playing badminton for love, so you're learning English for love too. Enjoy
Hmm.
it. It's not fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's great. What is it? Change your mindset, right? Change your mindset that the English, this is not something a pressure for you, but this is something that you can learn it by the time. You know, I feel like the one who always travel abroad is they have privilege. They interact with international players right away. You know, so I really hope that once they have that experience, it's motivate them to even, oh, okay, I want to speak better, I want to learn English more, because um, I want to have better communication with international players. So yes,
Yeah.
so keep studying for sure, yeah. We still have to study, be patient because it takes time. I know
Yeah.
it's a long process to be able have a really fluent, especially you want to become a native. So it takes time to learn, really have a good in English speaking. Even me, I'm still learning. I think there's a lot of still new vocabulary coming out, you know, that maybe I don't know yet. So as for me, I'm still learning how to speak in proper way in English. So yes, I hope that our today's discussion will at least encourage whoever watch this live, motivate to learn English, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of opportunity. I think like for myself, I already feel it, experience. I think for yourself, you already experience also, right? Like you get your opportunity is even broader, even wider.
Yeah, exactly. You will have invitation from other jobs, even leagues, teams. So if you cannot speak English, is something that is gone. Is an opportunity which is gone, and you don't
Yeah,
know where it will come back.
yeah.
So let's as possible.
Yeah, okay. I feel like as a badminton player, you already have privilege to go everywhere. But when your communication is better, especially in English, then even wider, right? You get a lot of more opportunity from everywhere. Even let's say you stop for badminton, I feel like in the workplace, in the former place, uh, I get distracted in your place, and they will how to say get invitation like you said. Okay, so now we we just answered the question. From here we have maybe one question before we end up this live. How from Dia, how did you manage your time to learn English? That, as you know, as a coach is very busy at court. Even you're gonna learn after work, it's felt too tired to think about other things. Okay. And another one, Gada, question for you. Did you feel regret that you ignore English subject while you're in high school? I never ignore my English subject. I hired private teacher. Like I literally have my English tutor to teach me English. So definitely I don't ignore the English subject. It's maybe you. Okay, that's interesting. If I ignore English subject, I might not speak like this, you know? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
started very young. Okay, maybe the first question that I'm gonna answer, maybe from Yegane also.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is probably, let's say we have a lot of activity, right? We have a lot of activity training. I don't know. Maybe you don't coach, right? You didn't
No, I don't.
coach. Okay, you don't coach. So you only training, but you are studying also. Some
Yeah.
people might be tired to do other things to learn new things. So how we can overcome these matters?
So at first you have to, for sure, everything has its own challenges. If you want to learn something new, if not English, we are not talking about English, something new, for example, like
Yeah,
learning French,
yeah.
learning things, like painting. It has its own challenges beside badminton. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
take time, put your
Yeah.
time in it, put your effort in it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just mentioned before about, actually it was about second question that you asked me. I said we have to combine badminton and English together. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? Have a training session, start to think in English, start
Mm-hmm.
to just speak to your teammates in English,
Mm-hmm.
start to use English while you're changing your clothes. I don't know, while you're going to train. If you use
Mm-hmm.
English more, speak for yourself in front of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You have to just
Yeah.
use English.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need that specific time. It doesn't need 3 hours, 4 hours. You have to just use it. It doesn't need that free time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think is more or less is the same. Like maybe for me, if you want, let's say you have a lot of this hectic schedule on your day, and then in this matter, let's say in this case, I'm a coach, right? I'm a coach also, and then you are busy on court, and then I'm just tired from the work, something like that. I think you need, first I'm gonna back to the mindset, change the mindset, and then have the big intention. What is your intention in English? If your goal is big enough, I think the feeling of the tiredness is will be gone. Like no matter how tired you are, if your intention and your goal is big, and you see that there is gonna be bright future ahead, I think you will do it. So I feel like it's normal, if we have hectic day, busy day at work, but then you have to add the schedule. This is for you, right? So you have to add your skills. So then you have to spend your time, that let's say which day that I don't coach the most. Let's say today only, maybe there is a day that you have full day, but then there is a day that you have less, right? So then you can use that your free time to learn English, something like that. So just simple as that, I think. Yeah. the intention. So I hope, Adia, you can learn English and and even better and for your future. Okay, so I think it's gonna be the last question, and also to the our end the session of the Instagram live. Sorry. So
Yeah.
we're planning to have the webinar hopefully, but we're still
Yeah.
preparing. Will you available, Yagane, on the? Okay,
I'm here.
so that's great. Okay, so I hope in the webinar we can interact right away with the people who join. So in this way, I would like have interactive webinar, so people who not only watching us, but they also can speak with us and interact, so we can learn English together, which is gonna be held on the webinar. We will let you know for the date to make sure. Probably, hopefully, in the end of uh, in the end of webinar, or sorry, in the end of month February, or like the first March. Okay, so yes, I think well, I get distracted with this. My attention and goes to have a lot of money. Well, if you speak English good, we can have a lot of money, right? Because our
Yeah.
opportunity is even more. Yeah. Okay. Good luck, Adia. Don't forget to learn English. Okay. Anyway, first of all, I would like to say thank you so much, Igane, for joining with me at this Instagram live. It is fun
But
session,
mm,
and I hope
it
we
was
can keep in touch. Yes, and I'll text you and further information for webinar. And I wish you good luck, and good luck for your championship coming. Right? You have tournament on next year.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Then we're gonna prepare for training. Okay, then I'm
Yeah.
gonna close this Instagram live, and I'll see you hopefully in the webinar and with everyone who watching. Thank you so much, everyone to watching, and I hope it brings a lot of good discussion for everyone. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. Yes, maybe we're gonna end up this session, and thank you everyone for watching this Instagram live. I hope it brings a lot of insight from our speaker and special guest. And I hope to see you again in the webinar, which is upcoming webinar. And I hope with we can interact with all of you, and we can speak English together. Okay, so and then I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.